Hi, welcome to this video. Today I want to talk about the possible integration points between Azure DevOps and GitHub. There are so many reasons why you want to do that. Both are very powerful DevOps platforms, but each one of them has got its own strengths. So in this video we'll take a look at a couple of examples, like integrating Azure pipelines to perform CD from a set of artifacts generated from a GitHub Actions build. This is a case where you might want to take advantage of Azure pipelines while still relying on GitHub and Actions for the development side. Another example will be about GitHub Issues and Azure Boards. Issues is very lightweight and developer-oriented, while Boards provides valuable features for stakeholders and other non-development roles. Why not integrating the two together then? The way you can achieve both is by leveraging GitHub Actions, as it is not just a build engine, but it is a very powerful orchestrator spanning across the entire GitHub platform. If you never set up this integration before, all you need to do is to install a couple of applications from the GitHub Marketplace. You can just go to the search engine and search for Azure Boards, for example. You can install it, set up a new plan, select the account that you want to install it onto, and then you complete the order and you select all the repositories that you want the application to have access to. In this case, I already created an empty repository that I want this application to be able to consume, so I'll just select them all. Otherwise, I could just go for only select repositories and select the repositories I want. Once there, I can sign in. Given that I'm using Azure Boards, I already have a Microsoft account that's set up with an Azure DevOps organization. So I can select the project that I want to use as a target, in this case, integration. I can continue. This will allow me to link the repositories, and I will select integration. And then there is also a quick tutorial where you can link things, for example, work items through mentions, and it's using the AB sharp syntax, which is a very handy way of linking issues directly back onto Azure Boards. We will do the same for Azure pipelines. Set up a new plan, again on my account. We'll install it, complete the order, give access to all the repositories, and then I'm set. I can select a repository to integrate directly from Azure pipelines, so that whenever there is something happening on the /integration repository, I can do something with Azure pipelines, but I'm not really interested in at the moment. I can do that, but again, it's not something that I need to do right now. So, onto the integration repository, what I need to do is to set up a GitHub action that's going to call my Azure pipeline directly. The way I can do it is fairly straightforward. This is a starter pipeline. I'm not going to use this, but I'm going to use one that I already wrote. So picking it up and copying it directly. What this pipeline will do is that on every push, these will run on a Ubuntu latest image, and it's going to use the official Azure Pipelines action, which you can find in the marketplace, to call my integration team project and call the pipeline called integration, which is the one that I already have here. All I need to do is to set up a secret called Azure_DevOps_PAT. The way that I can do it is fairly straightforward. So let me save this file here. This is not going to do anything, of course. So I need to set up my secret. And your PAT will go here. Once this secret is set up, then I can go back to my workflow. And of course, it's currently failing. So I can take a look at the workflow. And the quickest way I'm going to trigger it again is just by adding a white space change. I'm going to commit this change. This will trigger my workflow again. And as it is all green, I can go into my Azure pipeline, refresh over here, and I can see that my integration pipeline is working. So I can do CI on GitHub Actions, and then taking advantage of the advanced features of Azure pipelines, especially for on-premise or infrastructure as a service environments, I can then do all the deployment on Azure pipelines. The other integration touchpoint that we mentioned before is Azure boards. And again, same story. We can use a GitHub Actions workflow to perform something on our behalf and integrate Azure boards. So if I go into Actions, I can create a new workflow, which again, I already set up. This workflow will run every time an issue has got a change in state amongst all of these change type. It will run and it will use this action from Dan Hellem, a product manager at GitHub, that goes and synchronizes Azure DevOps and GitHub issues. Now, you can also see that there is a GitHub token mentioned here in the secrets that is used to allow for the AB sharp integration. Every time there is any change here, what's going to happen is that the project in the Acme Corporation Azure DevOps organization called integration will have an issue mapped to a work item of type bug, and it also maps the new state as new and a closed state as closed. And it's also bypassing all the rules applied there for the sake of simplicity. So let's add the secret here. With the secret setup, then we can start creating issues. So for example, I can create a new issue. This issue goes in, and then my workflow will be kicked in, as you can see here. This is very handy because, for example, if you're doing inner source, you can have external contributors pushing issues in as part of your process. So your backlog might be in Azure DevOps, but at the same time, you want to make sure that people consuming and contributing to your piece of code can potentially raise things that go directly into your backlog. So the workflow is green, and this action here returns a work item value 1525. If I go here in my integration team project, I can see that my GitHub issue is raised correctly as a bug. And there is also a nice piece of integration here, because as well as having potentially commits linked in via the AB sharp syntax, You can also see that there is a nice integration point here in the discussion and also some tags. If you look at the source code of this action, it's very interesting because you can see how you can interact directly with the Azure DevOps APIs and Azure boards in particular, so you can potentially customize it to your needs. Thank you for watching. I hope you found it interesting. As usual, feel free to get in touch for questions. See you next time.